This is the idea I visualized in my mind of a beautiful male figure doing a backflip or a dive where his body arches and goes backwards and over, and his body doing this beautiful C shape, this elegant, sensuous C shape. That's what I wanted to capture. My work doesn't just mimic what the human body can do. I want the work to take the body to another level. So I change the piece. I curve it even more. The life cast I am making is used as the model for sculpting the final piece. When I pose the model, I want the model to portray the story that I'm trying to tell. You know, you can do a cast of a person, but you have to get the emotion right, because in the end, you can sculpt the detail, but you cannot sculpt the emotion. This piece is part of a series of swimmers and bathers that I began working on in the late 70s. It is a piece I wanted to do for a long time. So once again, I turned to technology to scan my maquette into foam 13 feet high. But when I get the foam back, you still have to sculpt it. You only get foam, and the foam has no detail, no fingernails, no lines. It is at this point that I make changes in the pose, variations in the gestures, and also add all the little details to the entire piece. Conceptually, the biggest challenge is to portray the strength of the human spirit, from his emotion to his whole body, the feeling of the pose, his perfection, all elements that make it a wonderful piece of art and not just a man jumping off a diving board. I'm going to have the piece ready, so in October, it will be installed in the sculpture garden of Jim Kempner Fine Art on 10th Avenue and 23rd Street in New York City for my upcoming solo show. But first, it has to go to the foundry to make the bronze positive. Okay, we're in Excalibur Foundry today, and we're here to see the process of making the wax for the diver. With this piece, I want to show the human spirit, how we strive to get ahead, how we drive and work hard to achieve something incredible. The dive represents the power to succeed, the dive, the struggle to survive. Making a sculpture that is hyper-realistic is not just captured by outward perception, not merely defined by physical forms and spatial fields that blend together, but also by inner relationships composed as much by the unseen as by the seen. In the end, it's like a melting pot, where physicality, sensuality, perfection, and vitality become one. I'm also working with a structural engineer who designed an intricate steel armature and pedestal. It would have been easier to work life-size, but I wanted it as a public work for outdoors. Therefore, it had to be monumental size, proportionate to its surroundings. After almost 2 years and roughly 8,000 hours of sculpting, casting, enlarging, mold making, foundry work, and constant detailing, with the help of more than 16 people, the diver is finally ready for its finishing touches and installation.